Good evening, folks. Reloading Bench back with you once again. This box is so big it takes up the whole screen, so I can't show you what else is on the bench. But suffice to say, as we go through this, and you can see what it is, it's the Hornady Lock and Load Sonic Cleaner. Look at that goober. 2-liter version. I think this is the newer version. I think the older one was the 1.2 liter. And this was recently on sale. Gosh, where did I see it on sale? Can't remember. And I'm going to tie this into 5.7 by 28. So the deal with 5.7 is apparently there's a coating on the cases that you can't dry tumble because that coating is apparently what facilitates smooth / whatever loading into the chamber, which is something I want to test, but I'm not worrying about it right now. So I wanted to get into sonic cleaning anyway, so trying it with the 5.7 by 28, which is what we'll do tonight after we open this up. Is give that a try, because what I've been doing, and excuse my reach, I have been taking fired 5.7 and cleaning it with Simple Green or Simply Green, whatever it's called, and it produces a decent level of cleanliness. So I'm going to hold these back and compare what the Sonic Cleaner does with these. These are noticeably dirtier. Let's pull one out. Compare the distance. Compare the difference. Haven't even had any tea. So yeah, you can see the one on the right is my clean version. The one on the left is a little more speckled with gunpowdery dust, but otherwise not too bad. So we'll use this as the sample to compare how nicely these come out. I'm thinking maybe like a 30-minute bath. And I also decided to go with the Hornady One Shot for the Hornady Sonic Cleaner, so that I'm not doing anything janky. And as I was reading the directions, they recommend the dilution with distilled water as opposed to tap, although it says tap water can be used. However, distilled water will improve cleaning action and reduce water spots when drying. So I happen to have some distilled water laying around, and since it feels like we may have punctured the bottom, let me get a towel, because that's not good. And it looks like there's oh yeah, it's been sitting around so long that when I picked it up, we now have a leak. So let us do some surgery. Yeah, we're going to fix that. I think I have an idea on how I'm going to fix that. So I'll be back. All right, so we're going to get 2 videos for the price of 1. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bondic, but this stuff is the bomb. And it looks like this is my problem area. So this stuff, it's not a glue, it's kind of a bonding that apparently once you shine, and you can't even see what I'm doing. Let me turn the camera. So you missed me putting the glue, what I call glue, the liquid agent, which comes out of here, and it stays a liquid until you shine ultraviolet light on it. And I found that That works pretty good. In fact, I'm going to kill this light for a second so that I can make sure I get my bonding. And that looks like that's all bonded. Now, let us see if it worked. Just set that on the, that was my leak. I've got, thank goodness for the rubber mat, my bar mat that now has a towel. As you can see, no more leaky. So I will go put this away and be right back. Alright, so I'm back again. It's been about 5 minutes. We don't have any leak. Actually, we have what I would call leftover water from the bottom of the jug. But, oh, do we have another leak here? Yeah, we do. Oh, we've got 2. Okay. And the one time I don't have another container. So, you'll get to see me do this all over again. Be right back. Alright, so we will do a take 2 on my little Bondic. So I know I refer to it as a glue. I'll call it a bonding agent. It's not really a glue because it won't harden by itself like a glue would. And it won't do anything and won't activate until we have a ultraviolet light. So let me kill the light and make the ultraviolet that much better. And hopefully that just means I've had this plastic container too long if it's cracking just from being moved around, which is unfortunate because that means I need to find. And now you have a shiny. Alright, now let me be very careful on how I move that thing so it doesn't crack and do whatever while I look around the garage for a potential replacement half-gallon or gallon container. So I do have a gallon container. Maybe I should put that so you can watch it potentially leak. In fact, why don't I excuse the reach? Why don't I circle my little boo-boos? So, that was an unintended upside of tonight's video event. More time on Bondic than on Sonic. There's my wrapping skills again. Alright, I'm going to look around the garage for a minute and see if I can find something. Alright, so multiple minutes. So it looks like that's holding, which is good news because the bad news is the biggest jug I have closest to a gallon is a half gallon. And there's more than a half gallon there. So maybe after we use the tank, the Sonic cleaner, there'll be enough to fill this spare jug up with what's left over from my distilled water. So again, can't say enough about Bondic. Not a glue, but a bonding agent that acts like a glue once the ultraviolet light hits it. So I'm very nervous about treating this roughly right now. So I'm worried about other. You can just hear the plastic crinkling. All right. They make that stuff so thin nowadays. Okay, by the way, I love Bondic. All right, so we're going to, this is yet to be opened. It came from, I know I got this off Amazon because it came all bonded up like that in the bag. Instructions. Which don't really say a whole lot. So I'm going to get this out of the camera's way because Murphy's Law says something will get damaged. Oh, I hate egg cartons. A tight fit. And there's never enough room in the garage. Okay, that's that. Let's see what we got. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Hella shiny. Super, super shiny. I think it's a little bit of a bummer they don't give you a sample to try that out. So the only word of caution was you're not supposed to let the brass touch the basin. So obviously suspended in that. What we will do is turning into like a major video effort. Super, super educational. Alright, so we've got that. We will not plug it in yet. Open up our sonic cleaner. Being extremely careful not to damage the container because I don't need to use any more Bondic for fixing leaks tonight. Alright, so we're saying 1/2 ounce of solution to 20 ounces of water. So this is 2 ounces on this measuring cup. And they're saying 1/2 ounce. So half of that is an ounce. So 1/2 an ounce. Let's see. That's about an ounce. So that's about 1/2 ounce of liquid, I would say, roughly. I'm going to shake this up because I have no idea. I'm going to assume it's got a safety lid thing, which I will peel off now, which doesn't want to peel off, which I will cut off. And then I will peel, getting it all over my hands so that was nicely sealed. I'll give them that. So it's a yellowy, pungent liquid. All right, what do we got here? Let me put that down and see how close to 1/2 an ounce that is. That's close enough to 1/2 an ounce that let me throw a little in for good measure. All right, so that's definitely 1/2 an ounce. So we are pouring that in. And 1/2 an ounce goes to 20 ounces of distilled water. So let me find my water. So what do we have? 8, 16, so 3.5 cups. 8, and I'm guessing 20 ounces is probably the minimum. And what do we need? That was 16. We need 4 ounces. And there's 4 ounces. All right. So I'm going to guess that even though that says minimum, as soon as I throw my whatchamacallits, my brasses. So I'm going to do 2 cleaning sessions. I'm going to clean it one because I normally clean just as I did with my simple green. I leave the primers in, but I'm going to do 2 cleanings. One with the primers in, just so you can see what the brass then looks like. Okay, so I'm going to put another 8 ounces of water in to get above, which then means I'm going to put 1/8 of an ounce in, which we all know that was more than 1/8 of an ounce. All right, so there should be no question I have enough and naturally the brass doesn't want to all lay down, so I'm hoping with the sonic cycling we'll see how it turns out. And then what I'll do is I'll run it through the universal decap for, actually, you know what, I'm going to do this around this side of the bench. I'll run it through the universal decap after the first round of cleaning. Okay. Normal. I read about degassing, so I'm going to degas. So it said the Hornady degassing function removes excess air bubbles from the solution, improving effectiveness, blah, 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 blah. To turn on degassing function, press the function button repeatedly until the symbol above the degas label is illuminated. So function, well, I guess we only had to do that once. Then turn the unit on by pressing the on off. Alright, so we're not going to use heat, and I'm going to do 20 minutes. So you can hear it degassing now. It's making little air pocket sounds, which is kind of interesting. And I would probably not in the future put this much brass in here, but that's what I had. Maybe it would have been good to do 2 sets. Too late now of comparing, but I will take an effort to see what it will look like after they're cleaned, and then I do the pockets with the universal decap, so I'll probably come back and do that maybe even tonight, and then do a second round of cleaning, which, hey, brass can never be too clean, right? All right, back for more. All right, you're catching the last few seconds as well as the sound the machine makes. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. And now it's quiet. Okay, so the on-off button doesn't necessarily work. Okay, so we'll shut it off this way. That was interesting. I'm gonna have to read up on what the secret combination is to so this thing fogged up a little, and I found an old glass bottle of empty apple cider vinegar, some brag, so that's what I will pour this cleaning solution into, because using it just once for 20 minutes I don't think validates tossing it. So I've got an idea. So a lot of those cases look like there's a lot of liquid in them, so let me bust out my other solution for emptying wet brass. So you may recall I did a video, let's see, swing this around a little, on these a while back for 9mm, and I don't know if, yeah, those will fall through. So what I'm going to do is use the first as a pass-through, second as a screen to catch them, which would catch my pins for steel pin cleaning, and then I'm going to throw everything into this bucket. So well, you won't be able to see it all. You'll be able to see part of it. Alright, so let's try not to get water everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to take this off the bench so I can do it a little more effectively, and you're just going to have to trust me. Alright, so that was shaking all of the brass to the screen. And I will try and that is exactly why I'm not the biggest fan of wet cleaning, because it's wet and messy. Alright, so I've dried that, and I think what I will do, while those continue to soak a little bit, I think I'll empty this out. And see if I can do that without creating a mess. So if I remember right, we did 8, 8, so 3/8. We should have, yeah, I'm not confident on this. Yeah, we got a bunch on the bench. Another reason I'm not a fan of wet brass process. I am a dry brass fan. So wet media is too abrasive apparently on the 5x7 or 5.7x28. I like to call it 5x7, so I have to get used to that. So clean this out a little bit, or rather dry it out, because since it was sonically cleaning, it shouldn't be dirty. Alright, so that's done. That's off to the side. We got water chemical everywhere. Stinky, stinky, whatever scent the Hornady stuff is. Cleaning up the floor now from all the splash factor. And then what I'll do is I'll dump the brass on here for the first go round of get a little bit of liquid in there. Shouldn't have done that so quickly. Okay. Well, I guess my mat's getting clean. It's definitely getting wet. All right, so we'll call that initial, I wouldn't use the term drying, but and these are all clean shop towels. They're just old and have character. It's kind of like men's underwear. It's old and has character. I'm not making a personal statement there. Motherfucker. You're experiencing firsthand my joys of wet tumbling. Alright, so now let me try and do this better. Like as in pay attention better. And all I'm trying to do is get the liquid that's potentially stuck in some of the casings to pop out. Because I do not have, nor will I be purchasing, a drying mechanism like a air dryer. And that was AIR, not HAIR. All right, so for a 20-minute cycle, I'm going to pull one out of here and pull one out of here. So this was mine with simple green. And I would say that I can see it's definitely cleaner around the bottom of the case. So this was that, and that's what's mine. So I'm going to say the 20 minutes, they definitely look cleaner. There's just no question about that. They have a dull luster to them. And I will let these sit overnight because it's late at night. So I will let them dry some more. Let's see. Where's my little bin? Where's my little friend? Let me put them in here. While I get a drier section of this towel. To set them on. Alright, so that face is wet. This face is drier. So I'm not seeing water spots, but again, the dull satiny shine as opposed to, you know, a high mother fudger, as opposed to like a high shine on brass or a higher shine. You can see this is tumbled dry, this is dry tumbled, and that's the wet. But my only goal for this process was to get them clean and retain whatever that proprietary coating is that isn't supposed to strip off, that facilitates the ease of use or whatever for this particular round. So now let's see if I can spill just a little more water solution on the evening. Trying to clean up and dry things a little bit. There's probably an ounce of water in there. So what I will do is let that dry overnight as well. Everything's going to dry overnight, including my towels. All right, so I'm going to call that a stage 1 wrap. I don't know if I'm going to make the video tonight or publish the video tonight or wait until, yeah, maybe I'll do a 2-stepper. So, I mean, you can see it's got dirtiness to it, so it did its thing. All right, so what I will probably do is let that dry overnight, and then tomorrow come back for part 2 of the video where we decap, and then we'll do another 20 minutes. And what I'll do is I'll throw these in as well, because these are half clean. And then we will have rounds ready to go. So as usual, more to come.